Hey there everyone, it's Val, and welcome to today's channel update on Visit with Val. First thing I wanted to talk about was my updated Patreon page. I have a new goal, patron games. I will be obtaining a Minecraft server once this goal is reached, and once a month, a handful of qualifying patrons will be chosen at random to play a Minecraft minigame for 2 hours on stream. That should be a lot of fun. So hopefully that goal will be achieved and we can all have some fun with that. The details, you guys can read on my Patreon page. I'm not going to go into the details here. I just wanted you to be aware that it now exists. I've also added a new pledge level as well as reworked the actual presentation of the details for the various pledge levels. I've also, I think I've added a few perks to various pledge levels, but you can read the details on my Patreon page. The one that I wanted to talk about specifically is I have created a new thing called chat roles for SRP series. That means that starting at the $7.50 per month pledge level, you will be eligible to qualify for special chat roles when an SRP series will support them. And I'm going to do my absolute best to come up with as many chat roles as make sense for any SRP series I'm doing in the future. And in fact, Fallout 4 is my next planned SRP series, and I have created and allocated 3 special roles in chat, which you guys will discover in due time. But yeah, I won't go into... I'm trying to stop myself from going into details that I don't need to, because you can go to the Patreon page, you can see this information right there. You can also click on it by accident like I just did. And you can pause the video here and read the details. Okay, let's go back to this, the main page here. Alright, is there anything else I wanted to mention? No, that's about it for the Patreon page. Let's move on to something that makes me feel a little less awkward. Halloween! I am going to be doing a Halloween special, hopefully with other people. I had hoped by the point that I did this video I'd be able to say for certain what was going to be going on, but unfortunately I still am waiting for some feedback as to whether my current plans are actually going to work. So all I can say is that I am hoping to do something on the Friday the 30th of October that will involve other people live streaming at the same time. It's going to be a lot of fun, and if that should fall through, well, I'm still going to do something special for Halloween that will be a lot of fun. So I wish I could go into more detail for this particular thing, but well, I just don't know what's going to happen yet, despite my best efforts to the contrary. Alrighty, so let's move on to the third part of this channel update, which is actually the biggest part, and that is Fallout 4. Those of you who have been watching my live streams, you know that or watching the live streams after the fact, know that I have mentioned that I'm going to be doing my next serious roleplay series in Fallout 4. And for Fallout 4, I have created a new Oversoul character. Without being too explaining, if you are familiar with my other characters, Avalon, which is Rena Cinctus only, because I'll explain in a moment about what I mean by that, and Valentine, which is a light roleplay series character for Minecraft only. Those are what I would call Oversouls, because they occur in multiple games. Avalon, of course, is intended for Rena Cinctus universe, and that universe is not under my control as to what... I can't make ad hoc changes to the mythos behind it, and that's why she is separate and is not going to be used for the Fallout 4 serious roleplay. Valentine is light roleplay, not serious, and she is restricted to Minecraft even though she has occurred already in many worlds. And by an Oversoul, actually, I have been doing this all along, I just haven't really talked about it. If you may have noticed, like for Valentine, starting with Agrarian Skies, it was called Agrarian Skies, The Labors of Valentine. And then came Tolkiencraft II, The Labors of Valentine. We've had Departed, The Labors of Valentine, and Gordon. But you'll notice the theme, The Labors of Valentine. That indicates an Oversoul. So for Evelyn, in Project Rena Cinctus, the tag for her Oversoul series is Evelyn's Dilemma. Now it happens that she's restricted to Project Rena Cinctus, but if she weren't, you could always tell if it was that Oversoul in that series by the fact that it would use the same tag phrase. I'm still working out the tag phrase for the Oversoul for this new series. Her name is Avalon, and she is designed to be carried forward into future series in future games. I've had to make her universe in a certain fashion to make her as flexible as possible, and I think this will make her able to be carried forward into future SRP series. That doesn't mean she's going to be the identical character every time, because she is going to evolve and change over time the same way Evelyn within Rita Cinctus has evolved and changed. Just to give a quick example. So it's not like I'm going to be the exact same unchanging persona for each of the future roleplay series. The point is just that there will be some continuity between them by bringing Avalon through them. Now, Fallout 4 kind of made me have to create this new Oversoul character in a certain way to make her flexible, because first, Fallout 4 is going to be imposing some restrictions on my character and on my roleplay that I normally would not like to have happen. But I think this will work. Basically, with Fallout 4, they have made some changes to the series, which has concerned other people besides me, who wanted to do roleplay for Let's Plays for YouTube. I don't know if anybody else is planning to do serious roleplay live stream. Kind of hope I'm the only one, but we'll see. Anyway, the point is, other people have had the same concerns that I have, and that is because the protagonist is voiced, and the background of the character appears, based on the trailers and the pre-release information, appears to be much more predefined. And that is a restriction on roleplay. And I believe the solution that I've come up with will take that into account, but I won't actually know for sure until we start the series and have the game in my hot little hands and we actually start playing it. So hopefully Avalon will be built to handle it. We'll find out, I guess. Alright, so moving on to what I also plan to talk about. I have some cool plans for the stream, and I've alluded to that when I was talking about the Patreon new perk, the ability to be offered chat roles. And Fallout 4, actually, I have offered to some of my patrons chat roles, and they have accepted. So we are going to be seeing that in the Fallout 4 SRP series for the first time. That, I think, is going to be very exciting and interesting. We'll see how it all works out. They will be having some special abilities in chat, as well as some special responsibilities. So hopefully it will make the whole experience for you guys, as well as for me, pretty cool. I'm trying. I would love to go into details here, but I know this is going to be a long post, so I'm trying to, or a long update, so I'm trying to restrain myself from blathering on. Okay, next thing on my point list to talk about, the release time for the game. The game is scheduled to be released at 12:01 a.m. EST November 10th. So unless my time zone math is off, which is always possible because I'm time zone challenged, that should be 10:01 p.m. November 9th, my time. As of yet, there is no pre-release download confirmed, but in the past, big releases like this on Steam have allowed you to download 2 or 3, it's sometimes even a week in advance, not to play it, just to download the game itself, to offload the strain on the servers that would otherwise occur when, you know, a million people all try to download it at the same instant, the moment it becomes available. So hopefully they will be doing that with this game as well. And if they do, that means that I can do some of the preparatory work that I wanted to do pre-stream. I can go ahead and do that for the first stream instead of having to wait until the second stream. I had played with the idea of putting off the start of the first stream until the following morning, but I want to start playing it right away, basically. So to that end, I have some tentative stream plans that I'm going to discuss right now. They are tentative because I won't be able to firm them up until after I know if there's going to be a pre-release download or not. If all goes well, I'm going to prep prior to the official release, and we'll be able to start at 10:01 p.m. MDT November 9th with the start of my Fallout 4 SRP series. Of course, probably the first hour will consist of us putzing around, figuring out the best video settings and getting the character physically created in the game and that kind of thing. Until I actually see how it works, I won't know for sure if I can start the roleplay as soon as we start to create the character, because I have some ideas about how I can do that. So basically the first hour will probably be a bit of a crapshoot as to whether it'll actually be any roleplay in that, or whether it's going to be all technical futzing around. But once we get that out of the way, then I will start the SRP, and we will go until I can't go anymore, have to go take a nap, and then I'll come back and I'll go some more. Now, November 10th is a Tuesday, and normally I take that day off streaming. I will be instead taking off November 9th, the Monday, to do my real life things that I need to do, and then hopefully we'll be starting November 9th at 10 p.m. for the actual first stream. Now, if the pre-release download does not occur, that means the first stream will have to be on November 10th, and in that case, tentatively we'll be starting at 2 p.m. that day. I will get back to you guys. I will do a quick update video and tweet, you know, the actual real starting time of the first stream once I know about whether or not the pre-release is going to happen. I'm crossing my fingers though, because it would just make things so much simpler. Alright, the last thing I wanted to talk about for this channel update is my new stream format that I'm going to be using for Fallout 4. The reason for the changes that I'm about to describe is because of feedback that I had gotten about Project Renisynctus and about the rewatchability of the episodes. When an episode is 2 to 8 hours long, depending on how insane I was that day, it makes it difficult for people to rewatch the series after the fact. So to facilitate that, what I'm going to do is it's actually going to give me a lot of other advantages, which I'll mention in a moment. But the initial reason for me doing this was to make it so that people on YouTube and well, actually Twitch for 2 weeks, then they'll delete it. But anyway, YouTube will be able to watch it after the fact in much more manageable chunks, and those chunks will be an hour long. So that means that every hour I will be stopping briefly and then restarting the stream, so that YouTube will have hour-long episodes for people to watch after the fact. That'll also mean once an hour we'll have about a 5-minute break when I stop the stream and then set up the new broadcast and restart it. If I could, I would stop and restart just the YouTube portion, but that is not really possible. I don't believe. Like, I'm going to look into it to make sure, but I think it's just going to be quicker and easier for me to just stop the entire stream and restart it through my rebroadcast service, and it will have the effect of breaking it up into episodes. The other benefit of doing this is the fact that if I do get copyright claims, which Fallout 4 has historically been known to have problems with, for 2 reasons. The first is because they use old-timey music in it, which is part of the charm of it, but because of that music, and also because Eon Zur, which is the composer of the Fallout 3 and I think Fallout New Vegas background music, has also done the work for the background music for Fallout 4, and basically, though that music is really highly likely to be content ID'd in Fallout 4, just as it was in the previous versions of Fallout. Now, I am turning off the music and the songs. There's supposed to be settings for that. Well, obviously for the music, but I mean for the songs as well. So hopefully the content ID claims won't occur. It does mean we lose a little bit of the atmosphere, which is unfortunate. And part of the pre-release prep, which I hope to be able to make, is I hope to replace that music with something else that is not copyright claimed, that is still atmospheric. But yeah, basically it's because of YouTube and their copyright claim thing. Having 1-hour episodes that I can edit through YouTube or locally and then upload in a more timely fashion will make it so that I don't have to hold back episodes for days upon days while I get the offending part fixed. Yeah, so we'll see how that works. It's a major departure from my normal just doing 2 long streams per day. So it's going to be, we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping that it won't be too annoying for you guys, and I'm hoping it won't be too annoying for me, but we won't know until we try it, I guess. Alright, I think that is everything I wanted to talk about today. Hopefully I managed to get across all the information I planned to and didn't wander off into too many alleys after too many squirrels here. So, I hope you found this channel update informative, and I hope to see you in the stream sometime. I'll talk to you later. Bye!